So I would respect it to be a 1v1 for time's sake. Because last time there was a 2v1, sadly, there was just not enough time between Bolas and I to discuss.
Me and Abdulaziz.
Wait. Last time.
So that'll be
Let's
fine.
go, Abdulaziz. Let's go.
If I could respond to
That'll be better
If I
since
could
we're doing
respond to that
1v1.
live. Respond to that live. If I could respond to that live.
Abdulaziz, you and me, you're gonna get buried.
Wait. No, bro. I want Agatha. I want bro. Respectfully. Bullis. I'm humiliated.
You're running, bitch.
Everybody's speaking at the same time. This isn't.
It's fine.
I'm not sure why we can't just get started with one.
Yeah. Okay. So Agatha, I'm gonna ask you. Agatha, I'm gonna ask you. I already gave you my position. Agatha, what's your position? Isaiah 53 is about Jesus.
I'm not the one in the debate.
Let's take a break for a moment, fellas. Are we actually debating this, or are we debating who's
I want
debating?
Abdulaziz. I want Abdulaziz more than Abu Farah.
All right, you want Abdulaziz. So Bullis and Abdulaziz are going to debate.
No.
Abdulaziz doesn't want you. Abdulaziz doesn't want you.
Perfect.
Bullis, why would I go for you? Okay, so I want Agatha. Wait. So
I'm gonna finish your YouTube career, nigga.
All right,
Your ass here.
all right. No, we're not gonna use language like that. I'm not gonna.
Okay, Jack, I have a solution. It's me and Bolos and Abdulaziz and Agatha.
No. Abdulaziz, come here.
Wait, Jackie, can we do a 20-minute segment? Wait, can we do a 20-minute segment, me versus Agatha? And then we can do, and if Agatha, wait, real quick. If Agatha has to leave, wait, please. Why is he interrupting?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Abdulaziz.
Thank you. Okay, we can do a 20-minute segment, me versus Agatha. It'd be very quick. I'll deal with him with ease, right? And then if Bolos wants to come, Bolos can take notes on me and Agatha's little argument, and Bullis can come and strike me as hard as he wants, and we can have 20 minutes between me and him. And if Abu Fahad wants to jump in and take some of my time from my 20 minutes of the segment after that, Abu Fahad can make any point he likes, and he can utterly refute Bullis.
Agatha, are you interested in doing about 20 minutes here with Abdulaziz?
No, I've already discussed. I'm simply saying that Bolas wants to discuss.
Please let Agatha
come
finish.
debate me.
So, I've already discussed this, Jackie, in depth.
No, we haven't. We've never discussed Isaiah 53. Wait,
Abdulaziz, please let him.
I discussed this with Zion, the Jew, and we've already brought the relevant verses proving why it must be Jesus. And we also appeal to even Daniel 9. Bolas himself can attest to this. We had this whole discussion for hours. So if you're asking me, do I exhaust the topic further when I don't feel like discussing the same topic I already was discussing for a prolonged period of time, then no. I'm saying that Bolas said he wanted to. Bolas is more than willing to, and that's perfectly fine.
Why did Bolas say you wanted to, Agatha? Why did Bolas say you wanted to discuss with me?
All right. Stop running. Well, I think we've established so far that Agatha's not interested. Abdulaziz, would you like to debate with Bolas here?
I'm here, man.
Let's have it time between me and Bolas. Agatha. Okay, yeah, I wanted to take away. I wanted to utterly refute his daddy, but I guess I'm gonna have to go for this.
You're a polemicist. Abdulaziz, you're a polemicist. You should know this. You should know how to refute me. You're the biggest polemicist, apparently. Come on. Bring it on.
Bolas, you're like a little kid, bro.
Yeah, you're so cringy, bro. You're so cringy.
Come on, bring it on.
Would one of you like to start with your position here?
Beautiful. All right, beautiful. So I'm gonna argue with a lot of scholarly sources, right? If they reject the scholarship, that's fine, right? They're gonna reject the historical context. They're gonna reject the verses that help you support the context. They're gonna reject the time period. They're gonna reject the messianic expectations pertaining to what was the Messiah supposed to do. I'm gonna bring up scholarship pertaining to what the Messiah was expected to do and what they use this argument. They call it. The argument of embarrassment pertaining to Jesus being crucified, and say that he must have been crucified because no Jews expected the Messiah to be crucified. They didn't expect Yahweh to come through a birth canal and then be raised for 30 years, and then for 3 years go on his little ministry, and then later on be tortured, dragged, disfigured, and dishonored by his own creation to forgive his creation. No Jews were expecting this, right? So they're coming from an idiotic position where they affirm Messiah and Son of God in a mythological, Greco-Romanized, Hellenized, paganized idea and interpretation, right? And they're not going with the Jewish historical context, the cultural context, the understanding of this terminology, and the understanding of the verses that are put there. Okay, so Bullis, first question for you. Very simple. Bullis, is the Messiah mentioned in Isaiah 53? And who's the Messiah that's mentioned within Deutero-Isaiah?
Okay, so is it my turn?
Yep.
Who's moderating this? Is that his 2 minutes?
Well, that was about 1 minute, but he capped it off with a question, so go ahead. You're good, bud.
Okay, sure. So do I get 2 minutes?
Yeah, we're going to keep
Yes,
speaking
of
to up
course,
to
dude.
about 2 minutes. If you want to use less, that's fine. If you go a hair over, that's fine too. But we're going to keep it close to 2 minutes if that's all right.
Okay, yeah, sure. So who is Israel? Who is the servant? Yes, the servant is called Israel. If we see a transition, which is according to many scholars, they notice a transition from Isaiah 40 all the way to 59. They see a transition. For example, it starts off with the servant being Israel. Even according to the Targums, Isaiah 42, it's the Messiah. I can show you the Targums on this. Isaiah 42 is the Messiah. Isaiah 49 is the Messiah, because Israel is gathering Jacob. How can Israel, the nation, gather itself? That makes no sense, right? Isaiah 49 verse 5 to 6. The servant is in the womb. Okay, so you're saying that Israel's in the womb. Israel, the nation's in the womb. That makes no sense. Okay, when we get to Isaiah 53, we see that the servant is the one who's dying for the sins of the nation. Isaiah 53 verse 8. Let me read that. Okay, Isaiah 53 verse 8. Let's read this in the side chat. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people he was stricken. Okay, so the servant was cut off for the sins of the people. So how can this be the nation? Okay, if he's dying for the sins of the nation. Okay, let's go to the Talmud. Let's see what the Jews believe in the Talmud. Okay, we go to Pesikta Rabati. Rabati, they believe that Psalm 22 is about the which correlates to Isaiah 53, is about the Messiah who's from before the foundation of the worlds, right? He exists from the before creation, before the 6 days of creation, and he's citing Psalm 22 to the Father, right? And then the Father says that you will have iron beams low upon your neck, right? And he's saying your pain is now like my pain. So the Messiah, son of Ephraim, son of Joseph, was existent before the 6 days of creation with the Father in heaven, right? And the Father was citing Psalm 22 to the Son. Okay. Not only that, we go to what the Talmud says. Hold on, Isaiah 53, Babylonian Talmud, Sanhedrin 98b, Messiah. What is his name? The rabbis say the leprous one. Those of the house of Rabbi Yehuda, Hanasi, the author of the Mishnah, says Gohala, the sickening. For it says, surely he has borne our sickness. Isaiah 53 verse 4 about the Messiah. Babylonian Talmud, Sanhedrin 98. Rabbi Yohanan said the Messiah, what is his name? And our rabbi said the pale one, and is his name written? He has borne our infirmities.
That's 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes. All right.
Go ahead.
Anyways. All right, Bullos. Everyone heard him. He said, the one who's formed in the womb. Who's the one who's formed in the womb, Bullos? And then he quoted Isaiah 53, verse 8. Isaiah 53, verse 8 says, he was taken from prison and, or Isaiah 53, verse 8, the verse that he put, he was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off of the land of the living, for the stricken of my people, for the transgression of my people, he was stricken. Oh, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, and Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19, where it talks about the servant, the Messiah, who's anointed is Jeremiah. The Messiah that's anointed in Isaiah 45, verse 1 is Cyrus. Cyrus is the one who's helping the children of Israel, and the suffering servant, which can be identified as Jeremiah or Israel as a whole, and Jeremiah is just a particular, the one who's being formed in the womb, according to Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, and according to Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19. You didn't know Isaiah 53 is directly quoted? But I was like a gentle lamb led to the slaughter. What does this remind you of? Isaiah 53, verse 7. I did not know it was against me. They devised schemes, saying, let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living. All right, and Jewish Study Bible agrees with me. It says, furthermore, many passages in Isaiah view the prophet Jeremiah as a model for the nation as a whole without equating the nation and that prophet. Oh my gosh, Bullis, you didn't know that Jeremiah is the one who's living in this time period? Search up when did Jeremiah live and search up when did Isaiah, when was it written? Even though it's written by an anonymous author, according to the scholarship. Let's just see what the scholarship says. Screw what I say. Let's see what the scholarship says. So scholarship right here, this is a new Oxford annotated Bible. This is from my own notes, right? Where scholars generally identify 3 major stages of its composition in the book of Isaiah. The works of Isaiah ben Amoz, which appears in chapters 1 through 39. The work of an anonymous prophet known as Second Isaiah from the conclusion of the Babylonian exile in chapters 40 through 55. So chapters 40 through 55 are anonymous, from an anonymous prophet, and he's just talking about in poetic expressive language, where he's talking about the trials and tribulations that the children of Israel are going through whenever they're going through an exile in Babylon. And Jeremiah is a suffering servant that's cut off from the land of living. If you go to his book, and he's living in this context, and he's living in this time period, he's the one who's formed in the womb, and he's the one who was stricken, and he's the innocent servant who was pierced, and all these things. Okay, beautiful. Just my points.
Let me bury him really quickly. Okay, so show me. You gave me a question. I'll give you a question, and I'll respond to all your points. Show me where Jeremiah was a sin offering for the nation. You won't ever find it. Jeremiah was never called a sin offering for the nation. He did not die. He was not cut off from the land of living the way you think it is. He was not killed for the sins of Israel. He wasn't. He was exiled from the nation. Okay, so he wasn't killed. The servant in Isaiah 53, he's killed. He's put to death for the sins of others. He's a sin offering. He's a blameless sin offering. Jeremiah was not a blameless person. He blasphemed God. If you read earlier in Jeremiah, he blasphemed God, and God condemned him for blaspheming him. He was not sinless like the servant in Isaiah 53. He had done no violence, nor was there any deceit in his mouth. Okay, furthermore, let me continue my commentaries on the Talmud. This is what they talk about the Messiah. They say, verbatim, Babylonian Talmud 798b, Rabbi Yochanan said, "What the Messiah? What is his name?" And our rabbi said, "The Pale One." And his name, as it is written, surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows. Yet we considered him stricken by God, smitten and afflicted. Okay, Sanhedrin 98b, Talmud Sanhedrin 98b. What is the Messiah's names? The rabbi said his name is the leper scholar, as it is written, surely he has borne our griefs, carried our sorrow. Yeah, we did esteem him as a leper, smitten of God and afflicted. Okay, that's in the Talmud. Okay, also the view of this as the servant actually being a national Israel was only formulated by Rashi. Earlier, before Rashi, all the sages were in unanimous agreement that the servant was the Messiah, son of David. Okay, or the Messiah, son of Joseph. I also want to point out to you that this cannot be Jeremiah. Do you know why? Because if you read Isaiah 53 verse 12, the servant, he's interceding for the sinners. If you go to Isaiah 59 verse 15 to 16 and Isaiah 63 verse 4 to 5, God says he saw that there was no man to intercede. No one could intercede, no man. So Jeremiah could not have been the one who interceded. Therefore, his own arm brought salvation. What is the arm? You go to Isaiah 52 verse 10. You go to Isaiah 53 verse 1, the arm is the servant, the one who redeemed them out of Israel. The angel of the Lord. Okay, so it says no one could intercede. Therefore, God Himself had to intercede. So Isaiah can't be talking about Jeremiah because he's a man that interceded. God said no one could. Okay, I'm done.
All right.
Beautiful. So he says Jeremiah can't be the prophet, can't be the one who's blameless, right? Even though we talked about how he was formulated in the womb, exactly what you're quoting from Isaiah 49 verse 5, the one who's being formulated in the womb, you didn't address that he lives in this exact time period. And Isaiah 53 verse 1 through 10 is talking about something that happened in past tense. And Isaiah 53 verse 10 and onwards is talking about something that will happen in the future. It's not me who makes this argument. Bar Ehrman makes this argument. Let's see what Bar Ehrman says, okay? So I'm just going to pull up his argument real quick. Bar Ehrman says, right here, another reason for thinking Isaiah 53 does not refer to just one person, the future Messiah who would die for the sins, is that the passage describes the suffering of the servant as a past event, not future. He was despised and rejected. He has borne our infirmities. He was wounded for our transgressions. On the other hand, and this is a key point, his vindication is described as a future event. So the vindication is described as a future event. But the suffering, the strickenness, the pierced for our transgressions, and the trials and tribulations that Jeremiah faced, is all talking about in past tense. It's all talking about something contemporary to the time. It's taking place in perfect tense. It's not talking about something that's going to happen in future tense. It's not happening in this passage is very clear, and Barman's making the exact same argument that I'm making, right? On the other hand, and this is a key point, his vindication is described as a future event. He shall see the light, he shall find satisfaction, he shall divide the spoil. The author thus is referring to someone as a metaphor for a group of people who has already suffered, but eventually will be vindicated. So whenever I quoted Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19. Why is it word for word quoting what's happening in Isaiah 53? You didn't address this point. Who is Messiah? Who is the Messiah identified within the Deutero-Isaiah? Cyrus, the anointed one of God, who's God's instrument, who's helping them out. And now, when we read that from scholarship, it's an anonymous author who's writing this. This is just someone using poetic, expressive language to refer to what happened to Jeremiah and the children of Israel when they were going through trials and tribulations. Willis, you're not addressing any of my points. If the Targums or if anyone refers to it or relates it, and I can bring you up Targum Jonathan, what he says about this. He never talked about the expiatory suffering of the Messiah dying for the sins of humanity. No one ever interpreted this. Can you bring me one Jewish commentary that says this is Yahweh? You believe it's Yahweh coming down and passing through a birth canal. Can you bring me any Jewish commentary that says this is Yahweh passing through a birth canal? Right? No one. You're not going to address anything. You're a coward.
Okay. So wait, let me get this guy straight. He believes that Jeremiah. This is talking about Jeremiah, and it's a past prophecy. It's about something that happened in the past. Okay, that's what he says. Isaiah comes before Jeremiah. Jeremiah's after Isaiah. So how can this be a past prophecy about Jeremiah when Jeremiah's after Isaiah? You said that it's talking about the past tense, about something that's already happened. No, Jeremiah is after Isaiah. So how could this be about Jeremiah, you retard? Honestly, bro. You think that this is about Jeremiah. By your own standards, this cannot be Jeremiah. You understand that? Is this guy thick in the head? Also, you haven't responded to my point about Isaiah 59, verse 15 to 16, Isaiah 63, verse 4 to 5. God says that he saw that there was no man to intercede for the nation. Therefore, he had to do it himself. His own arm had to do it, okay? Anthropomorphic. His arm is anthropomorphic. So no one could do it. So how could Jeremiah intercede for the sins of the nations? No, and also Jeremiah was not cut off in terms of killed by the nation. He was not killed. He was exiled. He was not a sin offering. Show me in Jeremiah where Jeremiah was a sin offering for the nation. Show me that. Also, Jeremiah was not blameless. He had done sin. He had done iniquity. For example, he blasphemed Yahweh. So he cannot be sinless. Okay, like the servant in Isaiah 53. Also, you haven't responded to the fact that once again you're going off the individual person, which will not help your case. Show me where Jeremiah was a sin offering. That's a big one. Show me where he was blameless. Show me this. Also, the consensus of the sages prior to Rashi are, in my opinion, that it's the Messiah, a son of Joseph. Okay, Isaiah 53, Psalm 22, right? And Psalm 22 is pointing to a Messiah ben Yosef who was pre-existent. He was before creation. Okay, you don't believe that as a Muslim. Okay, I want him to answer these questions.
All right, go ahead. You're up, Abdulaziz, whenever you're ready, bud.
Oh shit! My bad. Jackie, can you start my time now? My bad. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so Bolos. First of all, anonymous book written. You're not addressing this, so it's an anonymous person who's writing this book. It's not taking time in the place. And like I'm right here, I'm going to search it up for you. I'm going to search up when was Deutero Isaiah written. Let's just go to the time period when Deutero Isaiah was written. Let's just go to the time period when Deutero Isaiah was written and when Jeremiah lived himself. Okay, let's actually address these things. Okay, so Deutero Isaiah. First thing you search up. Why are you laughing in my time? Why are you laughing in my time?
All right,
Okay,
It's
so
interrupting.
yeah, just interrupting, bro. Like giggling like a little rodent.
If
Okay,
there's
so beautiful.
interruptions, I'm just going to pause
Beautiful,
the
beautiful.
time for that amount of time, so you'll just be listening to them for longer.
Sounds good. Okay. Deutero Isaiah, which is chapters 40 through 55 of the book of Isaiah, was written in the 6th century BCE. Okay? And when we bring you scholarship was saying it's this anonymous prophet who's writing this. It's not Isaiah. The books of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 39, or 1 to 39, is a different author than the books going from 40 to 55 and so on and so forth, right? When did Jeremiah live? Jeremiah lived in this exact same time period. Who were these verses attributed to? Bullos, you tried attributing Isaiah 53, verse 8 to Jesus. Where's Isaiah 53, verse 8 attributed to Jesus? Where is it quoted by any of the disciples? Right? I showed you exactly the land of the living being cut off, the gentle lamb led to the slaughter. Is this exactly like what we see in Isaiah 53, verse 7 and 8, and Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19? You bring up Isaiah 45, verse 5, to talk about the one who's being formed in the womb. Oh, you didn't read Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, talking about the one who's being formed in the womb, who's going to be the prophet appointed to all nations. You didn't read this, Abu Bolos. You don't read the context. You don't read the proper understanding. You didn't understand the historical or the cultural context. Now let's see what scholars are saying. Scholars left, right, and center. Let's go to Targum Jonathan, which he bring up. Targum Jonathan, right here. I have a scholar who goes over the Targum Jonathan. Emily Shur, the history of the Jewish people in the age of Jesus Christ, right here. But however much the idea of a suffering Messiah is from these premises conceivable within Judaism, it did not become a dominant notion. And the official Jonathan certainly leaves intact the relation of Isaiah 53 to the Messiah, but it interprets the very verses which deal with the sufferings of the servant of God as not referring to the Messiah. I thought you said that Targum Jonathan talks about the sufferings that the Messiah go through. We have scholars who are saying, no, it certainly leaves out the relation to the sufferings of the servant, but not of God as not referring to the Messiah. And none of the many works of the Messiah. Okay, that's fine. You can take the rest of the time. And both blasphemy, my God, ilah lam ismakhtani. That's blasphemy.
Wait, Abdulaziz. So do you concede that this cannot be about Jeremiah? Because according to you, Isaiah 53 is a past tense. It's talking about something that happened in the past. So are you going to concede that Isaiah 53 is not Jeremiah? Because you just said it's about something that happened in the past. Jeremiah is 200 years after Isaiah. How could Isaiah?
Okay, so can I respond to this, Jackie?
Hold on. How could Isaiah be talking about something in the past about Jeremiah in the past when Jeremiah didn't exist before Isaiah?
Are you asking me a question?
Also, yes, you can have correlation, but that does not imply causation. This is very factual in academic scholarship. Simple correlations does not imply causation at all. For example, I could just say, Islam has paganism. For example, you run around the Kaaba like the Quraysh pagans before Muhammad. But I'm not going to make a correlation there because I can't make a correlation of implied things and say, well, this is caused by that. No, that's false. That's not how you do research or any like serious academic scholarship. I went to the Talmud. I showed you in the Talmud in Sanhedrin 98b. I showed you like 5 different chains where they believe that this is about the Messiah, son of Yosef. Okay. No Jew believes Jeremiah is the King Messiah, okay? 2, I even showed you, what else? I even showed you, you're yet to respond to Isaiah 59, verse 15 to 16, where it says, no man could intercede. The servant intercedes. Isaiah 53, verse 12. Let me read it out. Isaiah 53 verse 12. All right. Isaiah 53 verse 12. Isaiah 59 verse 15 to 16. Okay. Therefore shall I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. This is the servant, because he poured out his soul unto death. Jeremiah did not die. He did not die. He was exiled. He was cut off from the land of the living, meaning he was exiled. I can show you that. Okay. He was not put to death. Okay. No Jew, no serious Jew will ever agree with you on this. No rabbi will agree with you on this. They believe that Jeremiah was cut off from Israel. Okay, he was not killed. Okay, therefore he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death. Jeremiah never died. In Jeremiah, it's not shown that he died. Okay, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and he made intercession for the transgressors. Show me, you're yet to do this. Show me where Jeremiah was a sin atonement for Israel. You cannot find this in Jeremiah. Good luck with that, okay? He bore the sin of many and he made intercession for the sinners. Okay, the servant intercedes for the transgressors. He intercedes for the sinners. Let's go to Isaiah 59, verse 15 to 16.
2 minutes.
Yes, truth rebels, and he departs, and evil makes himself a prey. But the Lord saw it and was displeased that there was no judgment. No one was judging. He saw that there was no man.
2 minutes.
No man.
2
Right?
minutes.
He wanted that there was no
2 minutes.
intercessor.
2
Therefore,
minutes.
Jonah brought
2
someone
minutes.
Let's start
So
2
wrapping
no
up.
minutes.
man
2
could
minutes.
intercede. How could Jeremiah
2
intercede?
minutes. Yeah, stop crying, bro. Okay, 2 minutes. Bulus. We already talked about how Deutero-Isaiah was written after the original author was writing Isaiah chapter 1, verse 39. Are you stupid? Why'd you repeat the exact same point that I already refuted? I just showed you. Search up the first thing. When was Deutero-Isaiah written? When was Isaiah 40 through 55 written? It was written around the time period where Jeremiah was living. Okay? You didn't address Bar Ehrman's argument. You didn't address the arguments that... and look, I'm bringing up scholarship. You're bringing up verses from Isaiah 53 and Isaiah 59. Why aren't you correlating to anything in the New Testament? Why aren't you correlating it to anything in the New Testament? Jesus was a filthy sinner according to the New Testament. Jesus lied. In John chapter 7, verse 8 through 10, he lied like a dirty liar. And Porphyry even accused him of lying. He accused him of inconstantinia, where they had to, this is why they were omitting this verse. That's why the scribes were changing this verse, because Jesus is a liar according to the New Testament. John chapter 7, verse 8 through 10. Now, Jesus, you said blasphemy, because Jeremiah questioned God, because Jeremiah said, God, you have deceived us. Whenever you told us that we would be at peace, Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 10, when he said, you have deceived us, you said we were going to be at peace, but the sword is at our necks, right? Jesus said the exact same thing. My God, why have you forsaken me? My God, why did you put this burden upon me? My God, why did you let the devil's will be enacted and be fulfilled in the destroying and the killing and the suffering of me? So Jesus does the exact same thing as Jeremiah, right? When it comes to the sin offering, child sacrifice, human sacrifice, man, God, Yahweh sacrificing himself is completely against the Old Testament. Where do you get this idea from the Old Testament, you idiot? This is poetic, redemptive suffering, expressive language used by this anonymous author that you have no indication of who wrote this. You're not dealing with the time period. You're not dealing with... See, I quoted you verses from the book of Jeremiah that perfectly correlate to Isaiah 53. You're not quoting me anything from the New Testament that's perfectly correlating to the Isaiah 53. And even then, I'm making a much stronger argument that's referring to Jeremiah and that it's not referring to Jesus. Okay? Is that my 2 minutes? Jackie, wait. So why is he talking? Why is he talking and saying...
You got about 15 more seconds.
Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know why he's like grumbling and moaning and groaning in my ear. So like, I think like the 2 minutes was up. All right, but Bullos, you're not addressing any of my points. Okay, sin offering. Sorry, Habibi, no one can die for the sins of another. Read Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 20 through 22. Read Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 16. Read the verses all throughout the Old Testament where God can forgive without blood, humanistic, pagan, man, God, savior, atonement, and all this nonsense. Okay.
Okay. Once again, I never talked about what you're talking about. You're saying, okay, they never believed that you only had to repent through sacrifice. I never even talked about that. So why are you bringing that up? Also, you said, okay, we can't appeal to Isaiah 59 because it's Deutero-Isaiah. Do you realize that Isaiah 53 is also Deutero-Isaiah? So by that standard, we have to reject Isaiah 53, the very thing we're questioning. Why are you even going to Isaiah 59 and saying, well, that's Deutero-Isaiah. We don't know the author, but we know the author of Isaiah 53. No, we don't. So why are you appealing to Isaiah 53, you idiot? Okay? You're an idiot. You're a jahil. What else? He thinks that Isaiah 53 is about something that happened in the past. No. You think Jeremiah is this is about Jeremiah from the past? It can't be about Jeremiah. Jeremiah is after Isaiah. Okay, so you don't believe this is a past prophetic prophecy. You don't believe that. You just said that it's about something that happened in the past. It's not about a prophecy. It's about something that happened in the past. Literally. Okay, Jeremiah came after Isaiah. So how could this be about Jeremiah? Okay, Jeremiah was 200 years after Isaiah. You're an idiot, okay? I don't know why you're appealing to that. Once again, he's ducking Isaiah 59 verse 15 to 16 and Isaiah 63 verse 14 to 15. It says that the servant interceded for the transgressions in Isaiah 53 verse 12, but God makes it very clear that he had to intercede. He himself had to make ado for their transgressions because he saw that there was no man who could intercede for their sins. No one could do it. No man. Okay, so Jeremiah's a man that interceded for their sins. If Jeremiah is not God, this makes no sense. Why is he interceding for their sins when God says no one could? Therefore, he had to do it. Okay, you're an idiot. You're just ducking this. Also, yeah, I showed you the Talmud. I can go to the Targums. Very clearly, consensus is that the majority of the rabbis or the sages before Rashi, they agreed. It was a unanimous consensus that it was about the King Messiah. Once again, no scholar will tell you that Jeremiah is the King Messiah. You're an idiot. Also, obviously, you're going to the New Testament, but we're not talking about the New Testament.
2 minutes.
You may claim that the New Testament never talks about Isaiah 53 being Christ. Yes, it does. It talks about John does in I think it's John chapter 1, and you can read onwards in John where he says that it's the Lamb of God that takes away the sin of the world. And John quotes this later on and uses this to say, "To whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed?" Referring to Christ. Christ is the arm of the Lord according to John. So yeah, why are you going to the New Testament, you retard? Yeah, why are you appealing to Jeremiah? Please answer this.
You're up, Abdulaziz. Got something you'd like to add?
Rest of the book, bro, doesn't even know where the New Testament quotes it. Luke chapter 22, verse 37, goofy. Is what quotes Isaiah 53. But this is the issue. When it comes to all these prophecies that are being referred to of the Old Testament, within the New Testament, your gospel writers, they don't even know. They see anything that seems prophetic of the Old Testament. They see anything that seems like it has wisdom filled within it. And they see anything that seems messianic, and they attribute it to Jesus, even though they misattributed many prophecies to Jesus, where they label him as a sinner. If you go to Psalms 41, they attribute him a prophecy in John chapter 13, verse 18, and they attribute him to a prophecy of a sinner, of a dirty, filthy sinner, who's saying, God, forgive me of my sins. And then Jesus talks about the one who is eaten from my bread, quoting a Judas prophecy. So when it comes to prophecies in the New Testament, I don't give a rat's ass if anything is referring to the Old Testament. You said the Gospel of John, you're stupid. It's in the Gospel of Luke, and I think Paul quotes Isaiah 53 as well when it comes to quoting it. You said the book of John quotes Isaiah 53, so you don't even know what you're referring to. So you're just reading Isaiah 53, and you're reading it with a paganistic, mythological man, God, savior, substitution, vicarious atonement. Oh, I'm a dirty sinner. I need an innocent man to scream, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. I need an innocent man to scream, my God, why have you forsaken me? And for him to be brutalized and tortured and disfigured and dishonored by his own creation, forgive his creation for me to be forgiven. This is your retarded, stupid, paganistic lens when you're looking at the Old Testament, Isaiah 53 through Isaiah 59. You're saying that God cannot intercede. Wait, first of all, even ask Agatha. According to church tradition, Jeremiah was killed. He's one of the prophets who was killed. And according to who was the interceding, well, just read right here. First thing that you see on a Christian website. Once when the people decided that Jeremiah must die, God interceded, declaring that they would die instead, okay? So when it comes to the whole, a man could not intercede for them, God interceded on their behalf, stupid. God interceded on their behalf, okay? So all of these prophecies, all of these little quotes that you're bringing from Isaiah 53 and Isaiah 59, when did I say Isaiah 53 wasn't part of Deutero-Isaiah? You're so stupid. This is why I don't want to debate you, bro, because you have a hearing problem and you're a product of alcohol fetal syndrome. I never said Isaiah 53 was not part of Deutero-Isaiah. I quoted you scholarship, Oxford Bible Commentary, where they say Deutero-Isaiah are the chapters of 50 or of 45 and so on and so forth. So obviously Isaiah 53 and Isaiah 59 are part of Deutero-Isaiah. They're an anonymous prophet or an anonymous person who's writing these things. You didn't deal with that scholarship. In the time frame when Deutero-Isaiah is being written, Jeremiah was alive during that time. Jackie, after this, can we go into Q&A?
Q&A.
Q&A. Just like a 5-minute Q&A. 5-minute Q&A where I interrogate the shit out of him and I make him fold on every single point.
Yeah, no,
And Agatha, he can tag Agatha in. He can tag Agatha in. He can tag Agatha in.
Hold on. Hold on. You claim that I misquoted John, and John never talks about this, and I don't know the verse. Yes,
Where does John quote Isaiah 53?
That which was said by the prophet Isaiah might be fulfilled, which he spoke. Lord, who has believed our report, and to whom has the arm of the Lord referred to? So here, John himself refers to the arm of the Lord, the one whom Isaiah is talking about in Isaiah 53, as Jesus Christ. Okay. So why did you even say I'm misquoting John? I didn't misquote John.
Did you say like a lamb led to the slaughter?
Also, you said that Isaiah 53 is not a viable. You said you believe that Isaiah 53 is viable to discuss right now. You want to discuss this, and you want to condemn Isaiah 59, Isaiah 63 as Deutero-Isaiah. Therefore, I can't appeal to them. When Isaiah 53 is also in Deutero-Isaiah. By that metric, why are you even appealing to Isaiah 53? You just reject the whole thing.
Yo, Bolos, you're the one who started. Why are you the one finishing?
Also, Pesach Rabati in the Babylonian Talmud, it said it very clearly. I can just read it out. During the 7th year preceding the coming of the Son of David, iron beams will be brought low and loaded upon his neck until the Messiah's body is bent low. Pesach Rabati in the Talmud. And he will cry and weep, and his voice will rise to the very height of heaven, and he will say to God, Master of the universe, how much can my strength endure? How much can my spirit endure? How much can my breath before it ceases? How much can my limbs suffer? Am I not flesh and blood? During the ordeal, the Son of David, the Holy One, blessed be he, will say to him, Ephraim, my true Messiah, long ago, ever since the 6 days of creation, you did take this ordeal upon yourself. Wait, so the Messiah is before creation with God? Okay, in heaven? Okay, wow. At this point, at this moment, your pain is like my pain. At these words, the Messiah will reply, Master of the universe, now I'm reconciled. The servant is content to be like his master. chapter 36, verse 2. Okay, let me give you the side chat. It in the side chat. Here it is. So I'm not lying like you and Leafy is here, who lies about the quotations. Yeah, obviously,
you're gonna get cooked on it. Just wait.
Just because Isaiah talks about the servant being cut off, and Jeremiah being cut off, that's not means to imply causation. Many other people are cut off in the Bible, in the Hebrew Bible. For example, you have the Israelites in captivity in Babylon. They're cut off from the land of the living. I can show you quotations on this.
Okay, 2 minutes. Q&A, please, Jackie. 2 minutes is up. 2 minutes is up.
They weren't all killed. Hold on, they weren't all killed in
2 minutes is up.
captivity.
2 minutes is up. 2 minutes is up.
Do you fellas, if you don't want to do a Q&A,
No, Q&A. Oh, my bad. Interrogation between me and him. That's what I meant, Jackie.
If you guys want to do an interrogation,
We're doing a 2v2. 2 minutes.
Cross-examination.
Yeah, cross-examination.
2 minutes Abdulaziz interrogating, and then 2 minutes.
No, 5 minutes me, 5 minutes me, 5 minutes him. 5
well,
minutes
I think 5 minutes back and forth.
Yeah, hold on. We'll do a minute. We'll do a minute interrogation each.
Can we do one?
No, wait a minute. What a minute.
2 minutes.
No, 5 minutes.
He really wants to 2v2.
Wait, no,
he wants
5 minutes.
Agatha's help.
I think
5 minutes.
2 minutes.
You know what? Wait, Jack.
2 minutes. Abdulaziz, go. Press me. 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
Wait, yeah, you're saying press me, and you're saying 2 minutes so you can dwell on one question. Wait. So I'm requesting. Wait. This is what I'm doing. Wait, please, be quiet. Jackie. I'll do this for him. Look how lenient I am. Wait, 5 minutes cross-examination. Why is he screaming over me? Why is he screaming over me? Please, let me make a proposal.
Bullis, please just take a break.
Yes, Bullis, look how scared he is. Okay, this is funny. Okay,
I'm waiting for his
I want to cross-interrogate. I want to interrogate Bullis for 5 minutes, right? And he can tag in Agatho. If he is not able to respond, he can tag in Agatho, and Agatho can help him out because Agatho's barking hella from the side. I thought you overexhausted yourself, Agatho, on this topic. Why are you over here sitting and listening to us? And why'd you fear and why'd you push away from the debate? I'm gonna let Bullis over here tagging Agatho to interrogate me or to help him with his interrogation. He can phone in front.
You're saying you want to do 5 minutes of just asking Bullis questions.
Yeah, 5 minutes, because this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen, Jackie. Wait, this is Jackie. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna ask him one question, and he's gonna dwell on it for like 3-4 minutes before I get him away from another question. Bullis, why are you scared? Bullis?
2.5 minutes each.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's do 3. Let's do 4. Let's do 4 minutes. I'll make it 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
You're just running, man.
All right, I'm running because I'm saying let's do more time. I'm running because I'm saying let's do more time. What?
Something like that. We'll let somebody cap their. We'll try to keep it at about 3, and if someone runs to 4, that's totally fine. But if whoever who wants to start this off, you're gonna ask them some questions. You said, Abdul.
Yeah. I'm gonna start it.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Wait, please. Just wait till I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you.
This is beautiful. Thank you, Jackie. Great moderating. You're the perfect guy for this, bro. Okay. All right, Bullis.
3 minutes.
All right, Bullis. Very, very simple. According to scholarship, and if you can bring me any scholarship that begs to differ, I'm perfectly okay with seeing it. But according to scholarship, it's Deutero-Isaiah anonymously attributed to Isaiah, and it's not him. It's the prophet who's writing it.
According to a lot of the secular scholarships, yes, but there's some who say no, it's not. But my question to you is, why are you appealing to?
Why question? Wait, Q&A. Wait, Jack. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to ask me any questions.
Yeah,
pause my time, please. Pause my time. Yeah. Pause my time.
Right now, while I'm doing
thank you.
moderation stuff. Bullis, please just give him this about 3 minutes to ask. And if you write down anything you think of in the meantime, and you'll get about the same time to.
Bro, what is this? Wait, please don't continue my time. What is this, bro? I asked him one question immediately. Oh, some scholars say yes, some scholars say no. Didn't bring any scholars. But I'm gonna ask you this question.
This will count. Just
wait, real quick. Bullis. Okay, so according to what we just searched up, first thing that pops up on Google, was Deutero-Isaiah written in the time of Jeremiah? Was Deutero-Isaiah that's written by an anonymous prophet, was it written in the time of Isaiah?
Isaiah, it's written within the first 100 years. Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So when you were saying, "Oh, Isaiah comes 200 years before Jeremiah," how's this a past tense prophecy? You were lying, right? So next question. So we got you to concede on that point. Isaiah 53, verse 7 through 8. Do we see any parallels here Do we see any parallels here, Bullis, where we talk about, but I was like a gentle lamb led to the slaughter. I did not know it was against me. They devised schemes saying, let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name be remembered no more. Do we see very similarities to Isaiah 53? Do we see that this is the same servant who's being formed in the womb? And right here, he was oppressed and was not afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Jesus was screaming out, Ila, ila, lama sabachthani. Whenever he was screaming out, crying out, screaming out whenever he was oppressed and afflicted. Right here, like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep before its shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth by president and judgment. And then later on it says he was cut off from the land of the living in Isaiah 53, verse 11 and 12. Can I perfectly correlate this to Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 19?
Okay,
Yes or no?
no, you can't, because when he opened out his mouth, that was when he was getting led to the slaughter. Okay, when Christ was on the cross, he was already at the slaughter, so that's anachronistic. That's a false argument.
That's fine, that's fine.
No. Okay, so no, you're drawing from Isaiah 53, verse 7 to 8 to make your case, but no. It says when he was led to the slaughter, when Christ was at the cross, he was crying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. That was when he was at the slaughter, not prior to the slaughter. Okay,
so when Jesus was on the cross, sorry, beautiful. So when Jesus was on the cross, wait, we heard your answer. We heard your answer.
Is it my point to answer? Is it my point to answer?
We heard your answer.
So yes, Isaiah. No. You said Isaiah.
So he's taking a four-step answer.
Hold on. You said. Let me answer.
Wasting our time.
Isaiah. Your Isaiah encompasses Isaiah chapter 40.
Let me ask you. Why are you asking me questions? Why are you asking me questions?
Hold on. Okay, wait. So why you were condemning me for appealing to Isaiah 59? When
you're not going to ask me a question in my Q&A, Jackie, please. 30 seconds on the clock. Well, what the hell is this, bro? This is what I'm saying. When I'm pressing him, when I'm getting ready to press him, he tap dances and he says, "Don't interrupt me," and then he asks me a question, wasting my time. This is what I said. This is why I
only have like 30 seconds left anyway.
Exactly.
I've got time paused right now while I'm doing a bit of moderating here. I just Bullis, please. Like I said,
I'd say it's not a good correlation.
Okay. It's word for word. It's word for word quoted verbatim. In Luke and John and Matthew and Mark, he can't find me anywhere where Isaiah 53 verse 7 and 8 is quoted word for word verbatim. And it says when he was afflicted, when Jesus was afflicted, when he was whipped, when he was lashed, when he was tortured, when he was brutalized, when he was humiliated, he was screaming like a little girl. He was screaming according to your belief. He was screaming. Right? He was screaming, Bullos. So yes, when he was afflicted, and whenever he was led to the slaughterhouse, yeah, sure, he was quiet. But when he was afflicted, the prophecy says he did not open his mouth. Jesus opened his mouth and said, Ila, ila, lama sabachthani. This is the confusion when you try and correlate multiple prophecies to Jesus in Psalm 22 and Isaiah 53, and you get contradictions between them two, right? So Bullos very simply refuted, right? So the one being formed in the womb and him being in God's intellect prior to creation. Can I say that about Jeremiah? When God says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you.
That's 3 flat, but I'm gonna if he wants to finish that off.
Let's just finish off on this, and then we can give him extra time. That's fine. So right here, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you as a prophet to all the nations. Is this talking about Jeremiah, Bullis?
All right, Bullis.
Bullis, would you like to go ahead and you get about the same time?
Yeah, I want to answer his point. So he says that Isaiah 53 verse 7 to 8 must refer to Jeremiah. Okay. No, because Jeremiah opened his mouth. He actually blasphemed God. You read Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 10. So how can this be about Jeremiah? It says he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth. Okay, he is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, as a sheep before his shearers is dumb. So open not his mouth. Okay, so wait. When you're referring to Christ as being on the cross, saying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, you're saying that here he opened his mouth. But no, it says he is brought as a lamb to the slaughter. Prior to him on the crucifix, he was brought as a lamb to the slaughter, right? And he did not open his mouth when he was being brought to the slaughter, okay?
This is his time, Jack.
Just as a heads up, we're going to start running your time. You can go ahead and start asking questions to Abdulaziz.
Go ahead, Bullis. Start asking me questions about integrity.
Okay, so show me in the New Testament where Christ was brought to the brought to the slaughterhouse, and he opened his mouth and he cried and he was like, I don't want to. Yeah, show me this. And if you go to
Isaiah 59, you know how Q&A works?
It's my turn.
Yeah, it's a Q&A. You ask me a question and I respond, and then you ask me another question and I respond.
Go ahead.
You can't ask me a series of questions and then expect me to go one by one, okay?
That's what you do.
We're telling you. No. I was asking you one question. Wait.
I'm giving you quotation.
Pause this time, Jackie. Pause this time. It's fine.
Yeah, we've got time paused right
now. Beautiful.
So did you want to answer to that question, or did you want to add a little bit more to Bullis?
Yes. Okay, so when he's brought as a lamb to the slaughter, that's specifically referring to his encapsulment, his imprisonment, all the way to the cross. Okay, remember where Christ at his imprisonment, all the way to the cross, was crying out, saying, "Oh, I didn't do this. Show me that." Okay. I also want to talk about something else. I want to talk about Isaiah 59.
So wait till I respond to your first question, dumbass. Wait till I respond to your first question. Okay, are you good? Okay, so Bolos didn't even read the prophecy, Isaiah 53 verse 7 through 8. Let's just read it real quick. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. So he was afflicted. Someone just called me. My bad. Someone just called me. Okay. So, Bulus, what does afflicted mean? Yeah, when Jesus was whipped, when he was lashed, when he was brutalized, when he was disfigured and dishonored by his own creation, right? According to you, and to forgive his creation. Yes, he was afflicted. But what does it say? It doesn't say he was just led to the lamb like a slaughter, led to like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that is before its shears is dumb. It doesn't just say this. It talks about when he was afflicted, he did not open his mouth. When Jesus was afflicted, about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. God is of calling upon God. Why have you forsaken me? Why did you put this curse? Why did you put this burden upon me? Bro, I'm getting spam called. Can we pause the time real quick? I'm getting spam called.
Yeah. Let's pause the time for a second, Bullis, if you want to formulate your next question.
Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Bullis should wait. Bullis should wait. Everyone quiet.
Can I speak? Okay, so he's going to the cross. Once again, he's going to the cross where it says, Isaiah 53 verse 7 to 8, he was oppressed, he was
Dude, he's not here, dude.
This is referring to when he was being led to the slaughter. See, he was brought as a lamb to the slaughter. He's not at the slaughter being the cross yet. He's led as a lamb to the slaughter. So he did not open his mouth when he's being led to the slaughter, not at the slaughter, okay?
You're not speaking to anybody. He's gone.
Okay, yeah, he's right.
Everyone's still listening.
Well, he
hold on.
I'm
like giving my point.
Having some problem with
Who cares?
Well, your time's paused right now. This is totally.
Can I just say my point?
Why are you saying your point when he's not here?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. How can this be about Christ? It's saying he's led as a lamb to the
slaughter. Agatha unmuted. Agatha unmuted. Okay, beautiful.
Hold on.
Continue. Wait, can I continue with my answer?
Well,
can I continue with my answer?
No question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so just to conclude my original answer, and if he wants to retort to that, Jesus did cry out when he was afflicted, just like what the prophecy says. But the prophecy says when he was afflicted, he will not open his mouth. According to you, when Jesus was afflicted, when he was brutalized, when he was tortured, when he was whipped and lashed, he did cry out. Right? So if you're going to make this argument against Jeremiah, how he cried out and he said, "God deceived me," right? You can make the exact same argument for Jesus. Therefore, if you go by this criterion, both of them won't fit the standard. Okay?
Isn't your claim that this is about Jeremiah? That's your claim. If it's about your claim, then according to you, because you want to stick to the first words of the sentence, right? The first words of the verse, and not go to the actual context where it says he's being brought as a lamb to the slaughter. He was oppressed and he's afflicted. He opened not his mouth as he was brought as a lamb to the slaughter. That's the context. He did not open his mouth when he's being brought to the slaughter. Okay, but if you're saying that this is about, just in every context, okay, this is about him just being like not opening his mouth at all. How can this be about Jeremiah when Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 10 tells you Jeremiah is saying to God, you have deceived these people. Okay, so he actually cried out with his mouth. He opened his mouth. So how can this be about Jeremiah? Your argument, Abdulaziz, is that Isaiah 53 is about Jeremiah. So this nullifies your position. If you're going by your own critique, it nullifies your position that this is about Jeremiah. So
beautiful. Can I respond?
All right, well, go ahead. That's right at 3 minutes. If you want to answer that, and if y'all are
beautiful. I'll respond. So Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 10 wasn't whenever he was being killed. Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 10 wasn't when he was being killed. Bulos wasn't when he was being killed. Isaiah 53 talks about when this one is being led to the slaughterhouse, when he's going to be afflicted, he did not open his mouth, right? So I can correlate this to Jeremiah because Jeremiah, whenever he cried out to God in Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 10, he was saying, you have deceived these people because you promised them that we would have safekeeping, yet now we have the sword at our throats, right? He says, utterly, our Lord has deceived us, right? And Jesus is crying out the same thing, but Jesus is crying this out at his death, which the prophecy negates. When Jeremiah is calling this out, this isn't at his death. And even ask Agatha over here, your little daddy, according to church tradition, Jeremiah was killed either by way of stoning or being brutalized by his own people. So yeah, Bolos utterly humiliated himself. You didn't answer any of my questions. You didn't bring any scholarship. You didn't bring any verses from the New Testament trying to correlate to the Old Testament. I bring you multiple verses from Jeremiah that correlates to the Isaiah 53 prophecy. You're a joke. You're a joke. I wanted to humiliate Agatha, but I guess I got to humiliate you.
All right. Did you guys want to do another round back, or do y'all want?
I want him to answer my questions. I've never been able to answer.
Q&A's over. Q&A's over, dumbass. Q&A's over.
Oh, I never gave.
He cried for 3 minutes, and now he wants to ask me more questions after the 3 minute time is done.
Wait, what? I never had 3 minutes to respond to.
You
never had 3
had
minutes
wait.
to actually
Yeah,
ask
you
him
had 3
questions.
minute Q&A. You had a 3 minute Q&A.
No, I didn't. I never had time to ask him questions.
You did. Wait, Jackie. Is this
that
guy? Is
was
this
your
guy?
time to ask
So,
him
so,
questions.
so Jackie. Who
What?
asked for 3 minutes? Who
Hey,
asked for
what?
3 minutes? Who was pleading for 5 minutes? Who was pleading for 3 minutes?
Wait. He was over speaking me, bro. What do you mean? I wasn't giving him questions. He's over speaking me.
What? You asked me questions and you said I want you
If
to
I
respond to
recall,
this,
your
and I started
questions
responding.
were about whether whether his position was that Isaiah.
Yeah,
51
Bullis, you're
is
supposed to
referring
like interrupt them
Jeremiah
during your
and-
time.
Okay, wait. So I'm supposed to interrupt him. Okay. I've got to give
Well,
him.
You
were.
Abdulaziz, I want you to respond to one last thing. Okay, because you believe
Okay,
Isaiah
no.
52, Isaiah
No. I'm not responding to
Isaiah
anything.
59 verse 15
I
and
asked
16.
for
Isaiah
5
59
minutes.
verse 15.
Everyone
run
heard
away,
me.
run away.
Run away. I
Isaiah
asked.
59 verse 15
All
and 16.
timekeeping, all
Can I
official
press him?
timekeeping has stopped here. If you guys want to do
Can I
your
press
hard
him?
stuff.
Isaiah 59 verse 15.
Boris, since this is over, I just want to ask a simple question to you, Boris. I didn't hear any response to how Jeremiah was killed for the sake of the nation, that their sins may be forgiven. I don't remember any tradition, Jewish or otherwise, attesting to this claim.
So,
Beautiful.
This was never addressed in the
Another
debate.
man, can an innocent
I didn't
man die?
ask you. I asked him.
Yes, so you just want to circle jerk with him? You just want to circle jerk with him? I get why you're so scared to entertain me. I get why you're so scared. I get why
Jeremiah was
you
killed.
guys want to circle jerk.
One at a time, gentlemen.